Hello, adventurers. Today we are interviewing Hillary, the quest master of Dungeons and Dames. Hello, Hillary.
Hi.
And we are joined by one of her dungeon masters, DM Kayla.
Hi, nice to meet you guys.
Nice to meet you, ladies. Thank you for coming on today. So this is going to be about an all-female retreat called Dungeons and Dames, a legendary ladies retreat, where you go and you play Dungeons and Dragons. Is that correct?
That is correct. Yeah.
Okay. Now we do like to start off our interviews with a Dungeons and Dragons related story because we are a D&D channel. Hillary, do you have any interesting story as a dungeon master or as a player that you can relate to us?
Absolutely. Let's see here. The best one is actually from Kayla. She did this one shot that was absolutely fantastic, and I actually got a BK Burger King crown as my loot when I looted this business rat king, and it came into real life because like a week later I found a Burger King crown on the ground. That was honestly like D&D in real life. I did not pick it up. I left it. But yeah, it gave me a +1 to charisma, so that was absolutely amazing.
I think it was like +3 to stealth or something.
Oh, is the Burger King unusually stealthy?
Yeah, so she stole it. It was like a trash gremlin rat and they had to like save these like little rat gremlins because I love rats, and so I had to do one with like cute little rats in it. And so there was a business rat, and he ended up getting killed by one of the guys in the campaign because he was around killing everything. And she got a Burger King trash crown from the little trash rats.
Nice.
It gave her like additional stealth as a bard, which was fun because she was very stealthy. Hillary, I think that was one of her first times playing, and she was very good at the role play. She did a very good job.
Awesome. I like that. So, Kayla, let me ask you, how long have you been a dungeon master or playing D&D, and how did you kind of get into it?
So I've been playing D&D for a long time, for about 6 years now, 7 years, okay. Which is not that long, I guess, in terms of, but most of my adult life I've been playing. And then DMing actually has only been the last couple of months. Wow. Yeah, very new to DMing, but I have always wanted to do it. And then we joined up, my partner and I recently moved to Boston. And so we joined this like bi-weekly one-shot situation. And so I decided to start DMing there. And I was like, worst case scenario, I'm writing a one-shot for strangers. If it goes terribly, it's fine. I'll never see him again. And it turned out I loved it.
Yeah, it's interesting. Like, you know, it's a game where you do need somebody to kind of take the reins and say, okay, I'm going to run the story. And it has a different like kind of level of fulfillment, right? Like, you know, you're not taking on a player now, and there's a different level of prep. Is there something, Kayla, you like about being a DM that gives you some satisfaction as running the game?
I've always written. So I used to write music and stories as a kid. I was always a writer, and I've always been very creative. We were talking earlier, I'm a huge like Ren Fair fan, and I grew up like Lord of the Rings is my favorite series. So Dungeons and Dragons kind of felt like a natural progression to me of how I want to spend all of my nights as a grown adult. So it's being a DM is like cultivating all of the things that I love to do most in my free time, the arts and crafts, the writing, the creative aspect, the fantasy, all of the things I love. And I get to kind of just improvise and let people shine and let their individual characters really kind of be and let them have whatever they can make out of it.
Yeah. We have a Tuesday and Wednesday night group. By Wednesday night's my primary group, and we have a forever DM. I jump behind the screen myself, but I can tell you sometimes, you know, you write story and then you see, how the people react to it and the story that they bring, because it's a story building together, right? You tell a story together. And I think sometimes just some unexpected moments, like, oh, I did not, as I was writing that, I did not see that coming.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And writing in lots of distractions for the bards of the world, aka Hillary.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I am the bard of the world.
So Hillary, you look a little bit smoother now that we adjust the internet there. So Hillary, let me jump over you, the quest mistress of the Dungeons and Dames, the quest master. Do you DM? Do you play, or you just are an organizer of this retreat?
All of the above. I play. I have intentions to start DMing, and I really just had a harebrained idea. And that is how Dungeons and Dames came to be. There used to be a what is it? A Reddit for Dungeons and Dames, and it no longer exists. Unfortunately, I don't have the right credentials to take over it, but I was like, that is such a solid name, such a great concept. And I was like, what if I did it as a retreat?
I love it. Let me take a minute. I'm going to share your Instagram page. I'm going to share the screen. So we're going to look at my screen here. And let me see if I have this right. We're going to share it and see if we can see this. Okay, so we have the screen. Dungeons and Dames, a legendary ladies retreat. Welcome to Dungeons and Dames, a legendary ladies retreat, an all-inclusive Dungeons and Dragons experience for women, non-binary, and femme-identifying adventurers set in the whispering woods of Rangeley, Maine. Am I saying that right? Rangeley? Rangeley. Okay. I can read. I'm a medium-level dungeon master. I have to get my enunciations right. Whether you're a high-level sorceress or a curious first-timer, this retreat is designed to immerse you in a world of storytelling, sisterhood, and spell slinging. This package includes 2 nights at Potter's Place, 2 epic one-shots run by talented dungeon masters, with an option for pre-generated characters. No prep needed, but I guess you can make characters also if you wanted to. Okay, cool.
Yep, absolutely.
All meals crafted by Chef Michelle. A formal feast, and we'll go into all this stuff. We have some pictures. A custom retreat bundle featuring handmade resin dice. So I like the dice part of it. A character journal. We'll have a picture of that in a minute. Necklace and more. And this is October 17th to 19th, 2025. Are spots still available?
Yes, we do. There are less than 10 spots available. So, but it's going to be a very small group. But it's supposed to be that way.
We can find that on Instagram at Dungeons and Dames Retreat, all one word, Dungeons and Dames Retreat. And then all the links are there. They'll be able to click a link and find you to sign up.
Yep.
Perfect.
In my link tree in the bio.
So let's pull up an aerial view of this area. So tell me about this. How did you find it? This looks amazing.
So we originally had a different venue, but that would have made it an even smaller event. We could only have about 15 players, versus we'll have about capacity for 22 players here at Potter's Place. So we had this original venue, and I went to my DMs and I said, hey, we need to course correct here. And Kayla actually came up with this link on, I think it was Verbo. And she sent it to me and I looked at it and I fell in love. It gives all of these beautiful cabin vibes. And it's just, I drove up there about a month ago to see it in person, and just absolutely splendid, gorgeous area.
Yeah, it's stunning. It's and on the thing on the actual Verbo link, they said that it's used a lot as business retreats and fun getaways for a lot of people. And I was like, they just haven't had enough D&D players there, because this is so the whole area is very D&D coded. It's very beautiful.
Yep. For our podcast listeners, we have an aerial view of Maine, a forest, like a double cabin in a forest. It looks like it's near a lake with a large dock going into it. The cabin itself, very rustic, right? Green roof. We have the brown The brown, almost like shutter logs. And look at those doors, especially that door on the left. That looks like a D&D door if I ever saw one with the lighting, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What?
And that's
What?
just half the property. So that picture is just half the property. The aerial view is the entire property that people can
Okay.
walk around and all that. So this is just the main house.
So you're playing D&D, but also, it's a getaway, and you're in a nice forest. You get all that fresh air. What kind of inspired you to make a retreat? Then you said you just off the top of your head said, okay, let's get away with and why all female retreat too?
So this one's a little bit longer of a story, but
We have time.
I moved from Salt Lake City in literally almost a year ago to Boston. And the first thing I did when I came out here, which I knew no one in Boston. I moved because I visited once and thought it was amazing. And I'm so glad I, didn't talk myself out of it. But first thing I did, because I wanted to make friends, was look up where to play Dungeons and Dragons.
Cool. I love that. I love that.
Yeah. And it's such a heartwarming experience to play D&D and just have that community. And then also I'm a part of several different D&D for women groups because play styles are a little bit different. And it just got me thinking, and I was like, what would happen if we put, 20 some odd ladies at a retreat together, playing how we want to play without any expectations. No offense intended to anyone, but no mansplaining about the rules.
I love it. Awesome. Absolutely.
Yep.
That's
I
a
see
big
Kayla.
one.
Yep.
How do you feel about that, DM Kayla? Same?
Oh, yes. Yes. I wanted to learn D&D for so long. And even recently, when I said I was excited to DM, I had a couple people be like, I don't think that you'd be like ready for DMing. And I was like, I think the biggest leap about DMing is getting confidence in yourself. And my partner actually got upset about it because he was like, they're mansplaining it to you and all of that. He was more mad about it than I was. But yeah. I mean, we see it all the time.
Yeah, but Kayla, you said you're a good writer and you have a huge background in it. That's really all you need, right? And then you just make up the rest of the story, and you get a final decision. It's your world. You can say this happens, that happens,
Well, joke's on them. They all like joining in at my tables whenever I have a free spot. So
there you go. I love that.
So
let's talk about the play styles. How do you find the play styles differ between different types of people, men, women, or really anybody? Maybe even somebody from Utah compared to from Boston, or different play styles, different expectations.
Yes and no. It's funny because the only campaign I ever extensively played in Salt Lake was actually D20 Future.
Okay.
And it was very chaotic, mostly due to the people that were in the campaign, which, like, shout out to the Home for Wayward Boys. Like, that's the people that I was hanging out with at the time. They called themselves the Home for Wayward Boys. But it was a lot of like parties, drinking, like, it wasn't really like nitty gritty rules, Dungeons and Dragons. And then I came out here and I went to a couple events and I was like, oh, this is beautiful.
Refreshing, right?
Yeah, very refreshing.
Not to have all the drinking is nice, but when you're playing a game, I've played some board games with people who drink, and it's just like it just gets out of control. It's like, hey, I want to be immersed in this game, and all of a sudden it's like, all over the place. So
yeah.
So let me ask you this: How do you ladies decide upon what adventures to run, given the different play styles? So you're doing some one shots. I don't want to give too much away, any surprises. If you give us a tip, that's awesome. But can you tell us about the style of adventure, or what you're running, or what edition, or what kind of world, maybe?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Kayla can go into a little bit more depth about her one shots if she would like. Obviously, don't give anything away. But It is. It does center around a story about a sorceress named Niara, who ended a terrible war, and she ended up disappearing after that. And so that is the overarching quest of the weekend.
Okay, cool.
Is the moment they step in, they're immersed in this world. And they will, if everybody has the choice of how much they want to role play in this world, or if they want to just take on all this stuff as themselves and then hit the side quests as their characters. But it really is an overarching story throughout all 3 days and 2 nights. But then,
So let me
we have the
interrupt
quest
there
board.
just to understand something. So how many dungeon masters do you have?
So we have 3 DMs right now, which is about where we are for head count to make it so they don't have more than 5 people each for their one-shots.
And so if I was a lady, I was sitting at a table, and I have, session 1, session 2, session 3, 3 different DMs, does that story overall interact into a global thing? So is story 1 and table 1 and table 3, parallel storylines, and then the next session is like, well, they did that, so this happened? Or is it just self-contained into each kind of a table?
It's self-contained. So essentially we have a big quest board, and you pick a quest.
Oh, cool.
And you get to go on that side quest with the fellow people. There's actually everybody has to roll initiative to decide who gets to go up and sign up first for the quest board.
Okay.
And they're isolated stories, but each time one of the stories ends, you get something that brings you back to the main quest.
I like that. DM Kayla, can you jump in on and provide any more insight on that, or any secrets that you're running without getting into?
Yeah. Honestly, like the 3 of us DMs, it's myself, Jen, and Teresa. The 3 of us are communicating at least with like our overarching themes. If there's anything that like might need to tie over into something else, we also have been communicating that with each other. So that way there can be a more seamless flow. As she said, it is very like self-contained, which I think allows the players to do literally whatever they want or whatever their character would, be enticed to do. So I think it allows a little bit more freedom for their play. But yeah, the 3 DMs we've been like discussing as well.
So we have let's see, we said Dungeon Master Teresa.
Yeah.
So here we have Dungeon Master Teresa, an awesome pick. I do some photography and graphic design, and I love first I love your background template that shows Teresa here, and I guess everybody this lady here is also involved in Renaissance cosplay. Awesome, Renaissance inspired outfit, peeking behind a tree. Great photography, well lit. I love it. And we have Dungeon Master Jen, and she's next to a gremlin graveyard.
I took that picture. That's my best friend.
Awesome.
Yes. She's a lot of fun.
Okay. And how do you find Teresa and Jen's dungeon mastering styles? Is it similar to your own, or is somebody more dramatic or epic or horror bound? Or
I'm very excited because I haven't played with Teresa. We've discussed, but like we haven't actually played, and I sadly cannot make it to. She's doing like a one-shot for a bunch of the people in our group. For I think it's staff and also a couple of players as well.
Yeah.
But for us to kind of like also see how she plays. Jen did one previously for everybody as well. Jen and I have very similar DM styles. I would say we're both on the crazier side. Yes. We love like the nitty gritty. We love doing bits and and crazy.
Voices.
Yes, we're both also very role play heavy because we appreciate the role play aspect, and that's not something you really get a lot in one shots. Is like you search, you get like boons, you get resources, you get more role play time. That's like something that usually happens more in a larger campaign. So We have both made sure that there is still a role play aspect to a one shot, and that's very important to the both of us. And I know it's also important to Teresa. I know I speak about Jen a lot because her and I talk quite a bit outside, because in real life we are actually best friends.
Awesome.
But to have that, I think, makes the experience more unique, because a lot of one shots you just don't get that, which is sad, because that's the best part about playing D&D is you get the role play and you get to kick butt.
Yeah, absolutely. So here's an interesting question, or maybe not really too interesting. I've run some one shots at different conventions for Call of Cthulhu and for Dungeons and Dragons. Usually, I have a 3 to 4 hour time slot. I've run one shots for my own campaign, and usually we have more like 4 to 5 hours. Then it's an evening. What's kind of the time frame for your table there? You're not really constrained as much as a convention where you have strict times. Yeah. How long do you expect the run time to be?
We're aiming for 3, which means it'll probably be around 4.
Okay.
But we're aiming for 3. I feel like that's how it always happens. Like my end goal, I know it'll run probably an hour over that. I do one shots every other week with like Hillary and like in the public area in Boston, throughout Boston. Okay. So those always, I also aim for 3 hours, and they're always 4.
So you have a lot of one shot experience, which is great because
yes, I haven't been a DM long, but I have been making it count.
That's awesome. So in addition to your staff, we have Michelle here.
Yes.
And I can't help but notice she's wearing a chef outfit.
Yes.
So tell me about food. I mean, it's a retreat. We're in the woods, and you have to eat, right? So we have Michelle, the chef, and we have another picture asset here. It looks like a nice black and white drawing. I don't know where you got this, but I'm a huge fan of cast iron. I see cast iron pots, and I see cheese plates and charcuterie. So tell me a little bit about the food we're going to eat there.
So we have hired private chef Michelle Politano, who owns a restaurant in New Jersey, as well as doing private chef work. She has created the most magical menu. From the very first moment I engaged her about the event, she has been so excited, so passionate. She wants Kayla to come run a one shot for her and her husband and like the whole staff of the restaurant.
I feel so good. The food was so good.
Yeah. Oh, it was so good. Her restaurant in New Jersey is a vegan restaurant, all vegan, but the food at the retreat is not going to be vegan unless we have a dietary, preference for somebody who wants vegan food. She will make something specifically for that person. But our first night, which is the only night I am going to release to the public so far, is
inside track.
Yeah, a mini shepherd's pie, like individual size. Oh, that's breakfast.
Oh, so let me pull up the other picture. Let's go this one.
There we go.
I see a mini shepherd's pie in the cast iron. Oh, shepherd's pie in the cast iron. I tell you, that's a home run. I love it.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. It's gonna be so good. Freshly baked rolls with garlic butter. We're gonna have roasted heirloom root vegetables with maple glaze, a barley pilaf salad and aged cheese and nuts, like just all family style, other than your specific little mini cast iron of shepherd's pie. And then we're also doing mocktails all weekend. There is going to be like beer, ciders, no hard liquor, but we're doing like tavern style drinks and then some magical mocktails.
Do you think we can't really speak for her, but if you had a guess, do you think that Chef Michelle, as a chef running a restaurant, when you present a chef with an alternative challenge, it's a medieval fantasy world, and we want to represent that as like some tavern food, it kind of gets their creativity flowing. Like, oh my God, what could I create? Like, what is a medieval tavern? And I don't know if she has a Dungeons and Dragons background at all, but do you think that you said she was excited, that kind of inspired her?
Oh yeah, she is so incredibly excited about this experience. We like to not give anything away, but we're doing a tavern dinner, a tavern breakfast that's like bed and breakfast style.
Nice.
And then yeah, so that's my little teaser. If any of the ladies who signed up are watching, is the you know, the full English breakfast,
I don't want to get
fruit.
in trouble. You sent me this, so I don't want to get in trouble.
I
Okay, I
know
have to make
you're
sure.
not.
Okay.
I am, and then honeyed porridge, like tons of
Ooh.
stuff for breakfast. And then everything else will not be revealed, but we're doing
Okay.
like lunches, and then we're doing a huge fantasy feast. So that will take place in a great hall. Um, and yeah, it's just Michelle has put so much passion into creating the meals. Like even the presentation that she gave me had like medieval doodles on it, and it was just
Love it.
it's
Yeah.
extraordinary. She's so stoked.
So, the medieval kind of like reception, as an all-female group, is there some excitement or buzz about dressing up, or are people coming in jeans? I mean,
Yes.
obviously the EMSs, but I feel like the ladies are all going to be their best, finest medieval fantasy wares, right?
Yes. So one thing I want to say is that everybody needs to just come as they are.
Yes.
100%. Like if somebody decides I don't feel like dressing up and they want to wear their pajamas, more power to them. Like
Okay.
we will accept you 100%, but there are some of us that are going all out. Kayla, I think you're sewing your costumes.
Yes, I am.
Oh, you have to be
Yep.
extra.
Yes, of course I
She
do.
does.
Of course.
Yeah, I'm dressing up as my bard character.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah, so it's really just a mix of everything, because it's already it's a pretty big lift. It's going to be an amazing weekend. But yeah, some people are like, I've got the ticket, I don't have the funds to buy this entire wardrobe to go with
Of
it.
course, of course.
Yep.
But yeah, like it's so far shaping up to be a lot of
So,
dressing up.
so speaking of all-inclusive, safe space, as a dungeon master, I'll bring this to Kayla and also to Hillary. As a dungeon master, are you using any questionnaires about on subject, off topic things, X cards, anything that people don't want to play, or the one shots just so generalized that you're not really getting to any like horror subject matter, or arachnophobia, maybe people are afraid of spiders, stuff like that. How are you handling like the safe space of the actual storyline?
So I know one of our DMs actually has a questionnaire that they already use. Teresa already has one that's like pre-set up. And so we all kind of decided to kind of defer to that questionnaire because she already has one ready up. So
Perfect.
that has a lot of information like that, like trigger points and certain things like that.
Yeah.
I will say one of my one shots is completely done, and it is it's pretty lighthearted, but my second one, I'm definitely going to be delving into a questionnaire because it will be a little bit more dramatic.
Cool. Yeah.
And using some of that information, or also like if somebody decides that morning of and they're uncomfortable with something, I mean, half of the job of DMing is improvising. You just
Absolutely.
change it, and change it on the spot, and you'll figure out a way, and you can give them a different tidbit, and I'm sure the table will take it in a million different directions.
That's our dungeon master tips. Remember, as a dungeon master, you're in charge, and if you need to change a storyline, you might throw spiders out there, and I use that as an example.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh my God, I hate spiders. Like, oh, well, they all explode and now they're, goblins or something, right? It's a magical
Or
world.
all like fuzzy pink spiders with little bows on top and pigtails. Like,
But they still want to stab you.
You would.
Yeah.
You would, Kayla.
Yeah. And then you just make them like cute little spiders, and then they talk and like comment, and they're like, oh my gosh, you're so pretty. And then they're complimentary spiders or something. Like, you make it cute, you change it up. And if they still don't like it, then you toss it out and they all explode,
I love it. I love Kayla's voice acting. She's so cute.
Ask her to do what was an Australian accent that we're never doing again.
That was really bad. Yeah, I can do a couple of accents really well, and apparently Australian is just something I'm not allowed. It's so bad. It turned Irish for a second, and then it turned British, and I think I went back to Australian, and Yeah.
Can we have an Australian goblin? No.
That would be good. That would be good.
Let's talk about loot. It looks like we have a journal here, and it says there's a gift bundle, a handmade resin dice set. I don't have a picture of dice, but we have some handmade dice, a bound character journal, and maybe some other commemorative stuff. So, ladies love loot. I mean, everybody loves loot.
Yes.
Yes. So my best friend Julie, who is also coming as a massage therapist, is a hobby bookbinder. So she created all of these journals for us. Yep, there's Julie.
Now, wait. Let's take a step back. So you get a bound journal and a massage.
Yes. Yep.
Wow.
We have
Serious
Yep, we
business.
have a massage table we're bringing. So Julie is our massage therapist. She used to own her own like massage business. She's a little ADHD like me and has jumped around to all sorts of different careers. So now she owns a company called Expressions Art Cafe, as well as My Bookish Creations. And with My Bookish Creations, she does all of the bookbinding and creating journals. She's actually creating this giant tome right now for people who play Magic, for the cards to go into. Absolutely extraordinary stuff. So she is contributing all of the journals to the event. And then I myself am a dice maker. So,
Oh, you make the dice?
Yep,
Wow.
I will. On the side, Roy, I will send you a picture of the dice that everyone's getting.
I'd love to.
I'm not even sure I want. I'm not even sure I want Kayla to see it yet.
Well, it'll be our secret.
But yeah, so I'm making all of the dice. I've been a dice maker for about 3-4 years now. I just closed my pre-made shop, but I'm still taking customs.
Okay.
But making all of those dice, and then yeah, a bunch of other trinkets, like a bracelet and a necklace and little care items too, just to make the retreat that much more pleasurable. And then it all comes in the handbag of holding. I don't know if I sent you a picture of the handbag of holding, but oh yeah.
Handbag of holding. Dun dun dun. I love it.
So the moment they walk in to the retreat, they will be greeted by the DMs and myself, and handed their handbag of holding, which is going to have their welcome scroll, their breakfast scroll, all of the gifts that they're getting. And then we're going to walk them to where they're staying for the retreat. So
well, I have to say it's very well thought out. People love loot and those little items, the handbag and the book and journal and stuff. That's cool. We actually, me and my buddy Scott, my fellow dark alchemist, we have a 3D print Etsy shop and we do shows. So we're 3D printing miniatures, to play D&D with, and also we 3D print some magic wands, and we actually just got some files for a scroll case and stuff. We haven't really delved into it, but it's mostly the miniatures. But I mean, stuff like that all really adds to the game. And especially for a ladies retreat, a handbag and loot and stuff and colorful dice. I mean, that just sounds awesome. Let me ask you, speaking of miniatures, then any miniatures going to be on the table, or is this all theater of the mind? How do you kind of handle that, Kayla?
Yes. So Hillary has a 3D printer as well, and Hillary is making really awesome minis and found some really cool, funny ones. I won't spoil anything at all, but some really fun, cute ones that we as the DMs have fought over to be able to have because they're so precious. So very excited, which I won that big one, by the way. That's mine.
Yeah, I know you did. You won it. I know. Got your name written on it now.
Hillary, is the 3D printing going burr, burr, burr? Has it been cranking constantly, getting ready for this?
Yeah. Oh my goodness. I just cleaned it out because I have a resin 3D printer.
Going to. What are you using?
So I just got the Anycubic Mono 7 because my Mono X just decided to die on me. So, and it's been
a true hobby.
It is. I know, but super bad timing. I was like starting to print all of the minis and then it just stopped. And I was like, oh, this is great. So I just got the Mono 7 and I love it. I love the auto leveling. So much easier to use.
Nice.
Yep. And I have found a bunch of really cute miniatures for the game.
What about maps and stuff? Do you have a hex grid? Are we drawing with the pens, or do we have the pre-printed maps? Or
We're getting custom maps done.
What?
Yes.
Custom maps? Of course you are. Why wouldn't you?
Yes.
I love it. You custom map for your custom game.
Yep, we're doing custom maps that are printed out and have the grid on them, everything like that. And then they have miniatures. And then when we do our virtual session 0 to prep everybody for the retreat, everybody can design their character in Hero Forge, and I will get those miniatures printed out so they can have them at the event of their own character.
Well, I have to say, as a quest master, you're doing excellently, because there's a lot going into this. You said this is the first event you're running, and you have, I think, thought of everything. I mean, really well thought out.
Thank you. Yeah, it's the first. I've hosted smaller not D&D events like in my home. Like I went all out for my birthday party in May, and it was Peter Rabbit themed, and we had all sorts of just like really intricate details. Like I am a details person beyond anything else. Kayla's like, yeah, she is.
That's your superpower.
It is absolutely my superpower, is just knowing the little details that'll make something truly extraordinary.
Okay.
Yeah, and being able to take one space and turn it into something like now I'm like, did I send you a video of an event barn? Or was it the video of the outside?
the video of the event barn. Let me see if I can upload that. We had to wait for a second. Let's open that up. And here we have the event barn.
Yes. So this will be transformed into both the tavern. There won't be any of that junk in there. It'll be blank space. And where it'll be transformed into the Glitter and Goblet, which is the name of our tavern that our guests will begin at. And then as their story and adventure progresses, it will be transformed into the Great Hall of Ardenmere. So,
wow,
where we'll have the fantasy feast.
I tell you, it looks like you have a lot of work ahead of you, just with the transformation and stuff like that. I mean, just having the wood design, and this is the building right next door with the cool door. Right?
Yep.
That's the one we have right next door. We'll add that one. That's the one on the left side. Oh, and then we didn't show this picture here. This is an outdoor area, and it looks like a fire pit. And I guess this is a place for a glass of ale or a red wine to talk about the tales of adventure from the day.
Precisely. Yep, we'll be doing most likely like a warm cider or a warm mulled wine. I mean, people can also indulge themselves in a glass of, regular wine or a cold ale. But it will be in October, and it'll be next to a lake in, the Northeast. So it's probably going to be a little chilly. We'll have blankets out there. Everybody can hang out and discuss
I think mid-October is just the right amount of chill. Like it's not November chill, but you want a little bit, right? I mean, you want to cool down after hot summer.
Yeah. And you have to, it'll catch the vibe a little bit better with the fire, to be a little cold and then the fire warms you up. It's going to be a better vibe. I think it's the perfect time for this area in terms of weather, I think. So
obviously you did a lot of research on locations and found this a beautiful location of VRBO. Hillary, any in your research, I mean, I don't know if you thought of this yet, but any dream location, if this went well and all of a sudden now you're the quest master for the United States, any dream location to like host your giant D&D events?
Oh goodness. I mean, I always want to keep them small so that they're intimate, but I was thinking about it and I was like, honestly, in the whole world, probably Ashford Castle in Ireland.
There we go.
which is
Yeah.
already a 5-star hotel.
Yep.
Beautiful gardens. That is the dream location to host.
I guess a castle for any D&D adventure is the next step up, or the final step of your adventure, right? D&D in a castle, and there are some different companies that do D&D castle. They run it different ways. I didn't want to introduce these people, but not everybody has access to that. So being able to go to Maine, that's it. That's the place to be. That's the place to be. The best way to support you is we can find you on Instagram again, and that's a Dungeons and Dames Retreat, all one word. Linktree is on there. All the links are on Dungeons and Dames Retreat. And if this goes well, will this be a once-a-year thing, a twice-a-year thing? What are you thinking? What kind of time do you have involved in that?
I mean, this is definitely my fun job. I am a corporate girly by day and a quest master by night. I would love to see Dungeons and Dames become a twice-a-year adventure, one in the spring, one in the fall. But I think initially it's going to be an annual thing every fall, as long as everything goes well, fingers crossed. But I would also love to do something in the spring and have like a completely different vibe than in the fall.
Okay. And last question for you, ladies. We'll start with DM Kayla. As a player, favorite class and character, or just favorite character, and why?
When I started, I played a Circle of Spore Druid like 3 times.
Ooh,
that was like my favorite thing in the world.
Creepy.
Oh, it was my favorite. In real life love undead things and like creepy necromancer vibes is everything, but also I love nature, and so that is like the perfect mix.
Do you love mushrooms too?
I do, yes.
Like pictures of mushrooms and dark horticulture.
My background on my computer is literally 4 little mushroom guys. One's a rogue, one's a bard, and one's a hunter. Yeah, like I have, awesome. And then my last campaign, I played a blood hunter, which I actually really, really liked. And I play a blood mage in Baldur's Gate 3, which is so much fun. So anything creepy probably is my go-to.
Cool. Questmaster Hillary, favorite character, class, race, anything like that?
I do have a default, and I love it. It's actually a tiefling bard. College of Dance. And I believe, wasn't it College of Dance? Yeah.
Okay, cool. Lord of Lady of the Dance.
Yes. But she also carries around bagpipes. So she dances and plays the bagpipes, and she also likes to mimic geese and just like honks on the bagpipes. So there's geese become a very big part of our campaign as well. So
silly goose,
there's another
silly goose joke.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But yeah, so definitely my tiefling bard, Etienne, which is actually French for Stephen. But yeah.
I love that.
So
I love that. So for Dark Alchemy Adventures Wanted, subscribe today. We're trying to grow our channel. We're close to 500. We would like to be a household name in the Dungeons and Dragons world, interviewing different cool people and hearing the stories and finding out stuff I never even knew about, like this whole retreat, having custom-made books and custom-made dice, how the adventures are set up. So if you could share this channel and subscribe, it is much appreciated. The best way to find Dungeons and Dames is on Instagram, Dungeons and Dames Retreat. Still room to sign up, so follow those links, and if you're a lady, sign up. Maybe someday there'll be a mixed retreat, and I'll be able to go. Until that time, Questmaster Hillary, I wish you the best of luck on your endeavor and your adventures. And DM Kayla, I hope you have a great time. Thank you for taking time to talk to us.
Thank you, DM Roy.
And thank you. And hopefully, maybe I'll message you, and I'd love to after October. Maybe we'll do a recap, and we can
absolutely
tell some war stories about the adventures.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much for this opportunity, Roy. This has been amazing.
Awesome. So I'm going to take this time to end the recording. You can hang out for 1 second. We'll play a little outro, and then I'll pop you ladies back on, and we'll finish up and talk in private. So have a great day, and I hope everybody rolls those 20s. Bye.
Bye.